Hello and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Marvel Select Ghost Rider. So yeah, this is a re-release of an older Marvel Select, which explains it not being quite up to modern standards, but still a pretty good figure. It's actually a lot better than some of the older Marvel Selects. He's really cool. He's got really nice detail. He does not come with a motorcycle, but I've seen people use Marvel Legends motorcycles, and that works. I can't test it myself because I don't have a Marvel Legends Ghost Rider that actually comes with a motorcycle. But, anyway, he is pretty cool. Also, probably lots of Ghost Rider stuff this week. Everything that you're about to see in the size comparison that I do, I'll be reviewing. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison, here we have Ghost Rider, and of course, Ghost Rider. Marvel Select Ghost Rider here. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Ghost Rider, and this is the Toy Biz 12-inch movie Ghost Rider. It's essentially a Marvel Legends Icons figure, but it wasn't put out underneath that name. Anyway, Marvel Select Ghost Rider is taller than Marvel Legends Ghost Rider. The only reason that it looks like they're roughly the same size is because his legs are sculpted spread out really far, and there's nothing I can do about it because of the way his joints are. He reminds me a lot of the of that Bane figure that I have. And of course he's a lot shorter than the Marvel Legends Icons Ghost Rider, which is just what I'm going to call him quickly. Don't have the Toy Biz Ghost Riders, the normal Marvel Legends ones, so I can't really compare him to those. Marvel Select Ghost Rider looks better than the Hasbro one. Hasbro one's got way better articulation. Of course, the big 12-inch Toy Biz one has way better articulation than probably any other Ghost Rider figure that exists. But anyway, Marvel Select Ghost Rider's pretty cool, so let's go ahead and just get the other two out of here and just look at him. Alright, here we have Ghost Rider. He's got his head up here, which we'll zoom in on in a minute. His outfit's pretty much entirely blue, but it's got really, really good paint shading. You can see black wash or dry brushing, whichever one it is. Just all over the place. In all the creases, all the folds. It looks really nice. Just overall, the paintwork is really good. Black gloves and black boots. He's got some slightly lighter blue trim around the chest area here, and then around the collar up here. And then he's got a belt down here with a silver buckle, and then sort of a shiny-ish kind of blue there on those little, those whatever those are. And on the back, just pretty much the detail that you would expect to see on the back. You can see that his collar is pretty high up there. Head sculpt-wise, Ghost Rider is pretty good. You can see lots of nice paint detail on the skull there, lots of black. The eyes are sort of slightly translucent, and they look really cool right now with the light shined into them, because they're sort of orange, and they kind of glow. It's really cool looking. The nose hole, however, I think would have looked better if they would have just sort of painted it dark instead of making the fire come through it, because it doesn't look quite right. It actually looks worse in person than it does on camera right now. Turning his head to the side so you can see a bit more of the fire detail. It all looks really nice orange, sort of kind of slightly translucent plastic with yellow brushed over that. Looks really, really cool. I really like the overall appearance of the figure. Now let's zoom out and look at articulation, which unfortunately is not as good. Articulation-wise, Ghost Rider's head is on like a ball peg, so that'll tilt side to side and rotate, forward and back, all that kind of stuff. Decent range of motion, not too bad. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back. Single joint elbow, and wrist cuts. That's all pretty good. He's also got a waist cut, but he's got the terrible, just normal cut joint legs. They only go forward, they don't go back, which really doesn't matter, but no ball joint, nothing useful like that. Single joint knee, which is okay. No cuts down here, hinge, and a tiny bit of pivot on the ankles there. Also, the ankle joints on mine are really loose, so I have a lot of trouble standing him up. So, articulation's actually not bad. Just further thinking on it, it's just the hip joints are terrible. Seems like I've been doing a lot of complaining about Marvel Select hip joints recently. But his are especially terrible. I don't think I've got anything else with those kind of hip joints from Marvel Select. At least not that I can remember. Anyway, really bad. But he is an older Marvel Select that they just re-released, so it's understandable. The only accessory he comes with is a base, but he has got like one of the coolest bases that I've seen from a Marvel Select figure that I can think of. So let's go ahead and look at that. And here's his base. And like I said, it's really cool. Actually, maybe I should say it's really hot. It's like a hell sort of display. It's got these cool burned, like, orange molten demon hands coming out of it, grasping around. This one over here is right in front of this peg, so whenever you peg Ghost Rider on here, this one's like over his foot, so it's kind of like grabbing at him. There's lots of really nice detail. This sort of basalt, brimstone, black rock shit here looks really nice. Nice lava and stuff like that coming out of the sides, lots of fire. It's just a really, really cool display base. I like it a lot. It's a solid piece. It's not painted on the bottom, but it is like it's got a bottom, and it's a nice hefty base. So yeah, that's really cool. Let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Ghost Rider comes in your standard Marvel Select packaging. Big window here, Ghost Rider along the side, Ghost Rider logo on the back, Ghost Rider artwork on the side. On the back, picture Ghost Rider, description, and then you have pictures of two newer figures because they re-released this, so they changed the back pictures for their other products to Nightcrawler and Venom, which I've reviewed both of because they're both really good figures that I happen to have gotten. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Ghost Rider. Alright, that wraps it up for Ghost Rider, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.